So I get an email this morning, and it says that this economic crisis will not be mild. Now, I want to address why that is and what this person is actually saying, because this person is a CFO for actually a pretty big company. I'm not going to tell you what the company is, but because they reveal some stuff in here, and this is a publicly traded company, so obviously, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to tell you. But in this email, it reads, let me read it really quick. This person says, the economic crisis won't be mild. You are telling your people exactly what they need to be hearing. This is something that we should all prepare for. I have been a CFO for blank company for 16 years, and we have weathered the past crises, but this one is different. In our end of the year meeting, we expressed our concerns for the company and how 2023 will be the toughest year yet, by far. Now, this is difficult, and the reason why I say this is difficult is because people are predicting this is going to be the everything bubble. Everything such as real estate, automotive prices are already just popping and they're bursting, right? The prices are just dropping quickly. We're seeing stocks, they started to go back up, but there's a prediction, and the many experts are projecting that we are going to see stock prices plummet. We're going to see them plummet. And then also we got real estate and global bonds, right? So we are going to see all these things completely burst. Everything was at their peak. Real estate, all-time highs. Automotive prices, all-time highs. Stocks, all-time highs. Global bonds, again. What we are seeing now is a complete shift. But why? Well, here's what we know. Job cuts are coming. I've addressed this over the past few days, that we are seeing layoffs after layoffs. The tech sector is getting hit. We're seeing real estate is starting to crumble. Real estate agents, well, I saw the other day like 60% of them are out of a job. Retail workers, like people in JCPenney's and Marshalls, Home Goods, Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Nordstrom's, doesn't matter. Macy's for one. I went into a Macy's just the other day to go and look for some stuff. And Macy's, honestly, it looked completely different than a couple months ago. This Macy's looked like they were clearing out, like they had a big sale. They didn't have a big sale. It was just that they don't keep as much stuff in the store as they used to. And guess what? With less products means less customers. Less customers means less workers, less associates. You don't need them. So we're going to see layoffs. The automotive industry. I have a friend that works over at Enterprise, and just rental cars. Guess what? Not as many people are coming in because people aren't traveling. But at the same time, I also have another friend that works at a car dealership. You know how many cars he sold so far this month? One car. Just one car. And he is there every single day trying to get a sale. But people don't want to buy cars. Why? Because they're still coming down in price. They're crashing in price. You do not buy at the top. You buy it when it gets down to the bottom. That's when you buy. And again, when prices are coming down, and on the top of that, you got interest rates that are potentially still going up, it's not a time to buy. So just there, we are seeing dealerships are laying off some of their staff, some of their salesmen and women. Why? Well, they don't need them. They just don't need them. The other thing that we're hearing, and why this economic crisis won't be mild, is because prices are holding firm. This is something that we are going to get a CPI report, the new CPI reading in 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. And in that report, we are going to know what is holding firm, where inflation is sticking. And some are saying it's going to be food, it's going to be energy, but the big one is our daily needs. Our daily needs. Think about that. As prices are going up, the one thing you don't want to go up in price is stuff that you use on a daily basis, like shampoo, medications, right? Utilities. You don't want this to get more expensive. That's a problem. It unfortunately is. Also, another reason why this economic crisis will not be mild, and this is what this person actually, the person that wrote to me, said, is that because the American people have spent all their savings. Let me ask you, how much money compared to before do you have in savings? You don't got to give me exact amount, okay? But down in the comment section below, let me know. If you had $10,000 before and now you're down to $5,000, then you spent 50% of your savings. You got 50% left. That's it. But again, this is what they're saying is that the American people don't have any money in savings. They have no available balance on their credit cards. Credit card balances are at all-time highs. There's no emergency fund. The emergency funds that the typical American family had, it dwindled down over the past 3 years. Yeah, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen. And everyday costs are going up. And with everyday costs going up, this means there's little left at the end of the month in order to save. We can't save any money, and I hear this all the time on this channel. How are you going to expect me to save money when I don't make enough to cover my costs? It's impossible. This is one thing you just can't do. And then again, experts are calling this the everything bubble. Everything is going to crash. Real estate prices are expected to just plummet. So if you have money sitting on the sideline that you can invest into an investment property and get the tax breaks with real estate, great. But it's not just real estate. Automotive prices are crashing. Remember, I just talked about this. Prices for cars are dropping. And again, I'm not talking about the Teslas, how they dropped like $12,000. No, that's great, but I'm not talking about Teslas. I'm talking about just the everyday vehicle, everyday gas-powered vehicle. I drove by a dealership probably about a month ago, and there was it caught my eye. It was I think it was like 2021 Cadillac Escalade or something like that. But the price that it was about a month ago, they've slashed it $20,000. Well, technically $19,999. Pretty much $20,000 in 1 month. That's insane. Either the price of that vehicle was just so high and it wasn't worth that, which probably wasn't, or the dealership just needs to get rid of it. They got too much cars on lot, and guess what? They do. It's not an empty lot. This is a packed full lot. And it went down pretty much $20,000 in 1 month. That's crazy. But again, stocks. And if you've been watching the stock market and you've been trying to invest on a daily basis, chances are you're not doing extremely well. But over the past week, or really couple weeks, you could be doing fairly well depending on what you've been buying. But again, stocks are expected to pop. That this is a bubble. We are going to see them drop even further, possibly another 20 to 30%. Some, potentially 50%. Yeah, it's crazy. But again, once everything pops, this could trigger a complete crash. A complete crash. Followed by an economic recession, and possibly, according to many, a depression. A depression is what we're looking at. So, for those that are out there thinking, you know what, this economic crisis is going to be mild, it won't be too bad, we'll get through it, no big deal. It could be a big deal. And again, this is why I give you these warnings. Take the time, okay, save a little bit of money, pay off debt, increase your income. Do those 3 things. And then educate yourself. Educate yourself on what you should do next. How to survive a recession or a depression. What should you do? Okay? And again, if I'll just put out there, if this video gets 1,000 likes, it just needs 1,000 likes, I will do a whole video on what you should do to prepare for a recession. Okay? So let me know down in the comment section below if you have any questions regarding a recession, depression, or why this crisis is going to be different than the financial crisis back in 2006 and 7. But again, this is what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise, I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.